Hello and welcome back to the Canary Guys podcast. I am Robbie, aka Jeff98, and well, we were going to be one man short today, so I am taking Chris's hosting seat, but Chris is currently joining us, shaking his maracas over in Mexico. Chris, how are you?
Hey! I've made it. I've made it. I might not be here the whole time, but I will. I've made a small guest appearance.
A guest appearance all the way from Mexico. Why? Why? Do you not want to be sipping margaritas?
I've already done quite a bit of sipping margaritas, I'll be honest.
Fair enough.
Have you had a Mexican play for Norwich?
That's a fantastic question that I don't know the answer to.
Should I have a quick look?
Yeah, go for it. There are a lot of Americans about in my hotel, so I was considering busting out a Josh Sargent shirt at one point.
Absolutely, you should. They might bust on you though in repeat.
Absolutely vital to carry a Norwich City shirt wherever you go on holiday.
I have got one in my suitcase. I have actually got the home shirt with me.
A rite of passage.
What? Are you all right? They're saying Anel Hernandez was born in Mexico. I don't think we've had one.
Oh.
He might have been born in Mexico though, and just play for Cuba.
No, it says place of birth, Moron, Cuba.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, Chris isn't the only one here, and myself. We also have Ashton Brown. How are you, Ashton?
I am absolutely fantastic, lads. How are you?
Oh, life is good. Supporting Norwich has its trials and tribulations, but I am. Is Wembley back on, boys?
I mean, it's possible.
It's possible.
It's possible. Do I think it's going to happen? No chance. But...
Sorry, Ashton?
I will only answer the question until after the Burnley game.
Yeah.
But
there's
if we
big games to come
to my next three, I will come on this podcast and say, we're winning the whole. We're going up. 7 points.
I thought you were going to leave it at just I'll come on this podcast then.
I'll come on this podcast.
I mean, it's his job really to be here, but yeah.
That's a promise.
7 points from my next three.
Recovery was coming on.
Oh, we'll come to that man later.
You only have 30 seconds. Anyway, before we talk about West Brom and everything, that game was mental. Just pure boredom and events that happened. But before that, we had the international break. So, did you lads get up to anything interesting you want to share?
No, I was bored.
Yeah, same.
In terms of a football aspect, I obviously watched England. But in terms of myself, I am now a working man. So yeah, that's
lovely.
Working in a little arcade, it is so easy.
Several dreams. I've always wanted to work in an arcade. That would be just legendary. But yeah, I thought it would be a nice little break. Well, it wasn't a nice break from Norwich because Norwich were awful. But then I just found myself chomping at the bit to come back to Carrow Road and...
Yeah. I've got to be honest, I'm not a fan of international football unless there's a tournament.
Yeah, I was so eager to come back to Carrow Road that I arrived there about an hour early before everyone else, and it was absolutely empty. Which
like a World Cup of the Euros I can get involved in, but just don't have any care about international friendlies or Nations League.
It's the Nations League. That has no point at all, you know. The Nations League is useless.
Glorified friendlies.
It is. It's just friendlies with a name, isn't it, essentially?
Genuinely, that's what it is.
But we have Tuchel now. Do you, even though we did play Albania and Malta, I want to say, do you think possibly we might actually do something England, or are we going to be England and not?
No, we're England.
Yeah.
Good point. We have got Germany in charge.
I really think, though, if
change things.
If Harry Kane wins a trophy or two by the World Cup, we're going to get a full confidence Harry Kane, which genuinely could be a difference for us. Because I'm not being funny.
Getting older.
It
depends how persona. If he gets played correctly, then yeah.
Yeah, but he doesn't help himself. He just plays as a midfielder half the time. It boils my blood.
Yeah, so that is frustrating when he drops deep. He drops too deep.
Speaking of strikers, we had Sargent on USA Internationals. Why do Americans hate him?
Yeah, what is this about?
I really don't get this. He's like one of their best players.
Why? Every time. And again, I very bravely, before the first game, I said, if Sargent scores, I'll do whatever the first reply says. and the first reply was get a sausage roll tattooed on your forehead, and he scored, but it was offside. Which, seeing that in the morning, made me scared. But
Shit yourself.
yeah, literally. But why they're blaming him? Sorry, any USA fans watching, I'm sorry, but your country is a bit shit in a minute. But just
Sorry.
why
Oh, don't worry. They've got the LeBron James of soccer,
the
as they
LeBron James
call
of
him.
soccer? Exactly.
There's Christian Pulisic.
Yeah, I love that. He's at the LeBron
The fact that
soccer.
Dean Smith seems to be a capable manager in America says everything you need to know about American football, I think. So,
Sounds about right.
catching strays, but oh well. Also, in national contingent, we had Ashton's favourite Northern Irish 20-year-old, 21-year-old,
Yeah, he's around.
Rory McConville.
Yeah,
And he
he,
played against Alexander Isak, which, I mean, you can't.
yeah,
A full 90 minutes.
yeah, and that's really impressive. Like I know, like you got to realise, Sweden was obviously the favourites going into that game, and Northern Ireland, they're not a brilliant team. They've got good individual players, but they need a bit more of them players to get themselves going. But I think
Yeah.
playing the full 90 shows that internationally he has respect, and I think from his from yesterday he has also got that respect in the Norwich fan base.
Yes, we will get onto that because he makes me feel things that only Ashton has felt beforehand. So, but
Ashton's going to get his 30 seconds of Rory McConville towards the end of this podcast.
he is. I'm worried about the PG rating of his podcast after this. But oh well. Should we move on to the game that was a game, but also a very good game, but also really forgettable?
Yeah, I mean, I'll chime in where I can, but I'll be honest, boys, I was on a flight. So,
Probably
didn't
more
watch much of
entertaining.
it.
Until the 90th minute, the talking points were. I have some really in-depth talking points here.
Excellent.
Firstly, two kids got onto the pitch in the second half from the
Nice.
River End, which River End Ultras, I'm happy, thank you. It's finally some sort of action from the River End. But the stewards just watched. They didn't chase them. So they ran on the pitch. They got a picture with Sargent, which you can't blame them after Sargent scored that goal at the end. I mean, why not? But I just don't know why. Because they're banned now, aren't they? Do you get banned?
That's why you do get a stadium ban for certain ones, so...
You get a stadium ban for getting a selfie with Sargent. But probably let them know that they could have waited for the bus outside afterwards. But oh well. It was Gran Canaria Takeover Day, which I will overlay a picture on screen. Gran Canaria's mascot Pio Pio made an appearance, and it is nightmare fuel. Have you seen it?
I've not personally seen this.
I've not seen this. I have been away from a lot of the Norwich things. Obviously, I had my first proper shift at work, so not been in the top time of it.
I'll overlay it on screen now. The only way I can describe it is Captain Canary from Timu.
Right.
Very odd shade of orange. I'm not being canary racist or anything here, but just
Oh no, you know what that is? You know, in secondary school, or they're like, "Can I copy your homework?" Yeah, but change a couple of things. That is literally
Yeah.
what it is.
That's
It
exactly
is.
what it is. That's incredible.
And it wasn't just that. Firstly, I got there early because I thought there was going to be some sort of giveaway thing. There wasn't one, which made me upset because so I had to console myself by purchasing 2 sausage rolls, which we shall get onto later on. But also, I don't know. I want to think this was all a very out of the blue moment, but someone won the trip to Gran Canaria without hitting the crossbar once.
Excellent.
And how did he do that? Because he got on one knee and proposed, which takes some bollocks, to be completely honest, because he got stick. He got a hell of a lot of stick from the Barkley and DOA fans, and yeah, just
I don't know why.
well done to you.
Why would you get stick for that? Like, I rate it, like, especially like if they met through Norwich and then have their relationship through that.
It was a cool moment. The bloke next to me was absolutely loving it. He was enjoying every moment of that, and it was just a weird moment. But I
I
would have
did enjoy
preferred
the clip online I saw of the West Brom fans singing "You Don't Know What You're Doing"
absolutely
to him,
giving it to him. Yeah,
which
and
was quite
surprisingly,
incredible.
no Norfolk related incestual jokes, which shocked
Surprising.
me to say the least.
Here's a question then. Let's say you have well, let's say you and a female partner you have. Would you propose to her at Carroll Road like that?
She'd kill me.
Really,
I'd be killed, mate. I was like, she wants glamour.
Oh,
what is more glamorous than Carrow Road under the lights?
That's a good question. I
We need to
just
ask
don't
her
think
this.
her mind necessarily sees it that way.
I was trying to play like a Nunes-esque ball to assist you there, Chris. Sorry.
I appreciate it, mate, but no, I don't
Proposal
think
on
she'll accept that.
proposal on podcast.
Oh dear.
Maybe not. Oh well. Me and Ashton aren't specified to give this information because we don't know what the touch of a woman is, but we'll go over that. Um,
Okay.
yeah, self burn, those are rare. Anyway, actually getting into the game, we played. It was Wagner ball, Dean Smith ball mixed with a little bit of spice.
It's
I guess is the only way
Okay.
to explain it. I just
it's one of them games where you've got to grind down, like very similar to. I know we drew against Derby, but the way the game went, like you
yeah.
have to grind for that. I know we didn't get 3 points, but we probably should have on a different day if Stacey realised he was playing football. But he got a clean sheet, so I cannot be fully moaning at him. But it's one of them ones where you've got to grind it, and we did that. And they're the sort of points and wins that takes you from a mid-table team
Exactly.
to pushing off for the playoffs. And
And that's the issue. You look at you look at our points, and you think if we held on against those teams, against Blackburn, against Derby, we're comfortably in the playoffs. I probably would say if we
Yeah, I don't
actually
disagree with that.
were a good football team.
well, let's say at the beginning of the season, someone comes up to you saying, Turup's first season, would you rather the goals be fluent and you understand what you want to do in front of goals and the defence is poor, or would you be like, your defence is there but you showed us all goals? Surely you'd want to have the goals consistently, no? And we then build on the defence next season.
It's difficult because there was comparisons with Fark's first season, wasn't there? With the whole defence was the thing that was actually good, and attacking took a couple years to actually fully get right. But you need that foundation to build on. But then again, you have the issue of goal scoring. We do score those in a minute, but next season, if we're in a championship, we have not got Josh Sargent, we have not got Borja Sainz, and we
Potentially,
probably didn't have Marcelino Nunes. So then you're just rebuilding all over again.
I know, it's getting really frustrating because this window is. It's going to be a massive
It's a
one
big one.
because you're going
I'm
to.
intrigued to see what happens.
That's what I mean. Like, if I'm Napa, you've got to spend the big money this and then you need to spend the big money, get your players who you know are going to perform for you consistently, and get that team up because there's going to be a point where we're falling beyond that curve too much that we might end up being in a relegation battle more than a promotion battle.
Yeah. Speaking of players, speaking of the summer, we ran a poll on our Twitter page yesterday, just after the match, and with 3 players, Josh Sargent, Borja Sainz, and Nunes. And the questions simply were, if we stay in the championship next season, do you think we can cling on to it? So I will overlay the results on screen now. So Josh Sargent, 123 votes, 36% say he stays, 63% says he goes. I think that's pretty. We can all agree if we're in the championship next season, Sargent's gone.
Yeah, he's too good. He's
Yeah.
far too good. Not to
I
be.
think he's possibly golden boot. I think him and Sainz. That's going to come down to the wire.
I think he might catch him. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's going to be close.
Imagine the scenes, yeah. Who we got last game season? Is it Cardiff at home last game season, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It is the 91st minute. Sargent and Borja are both through on goal, yeah? It's just the keeper left. It is like the 96th minute. We need the win to go into the playoffs. Does Borja's got the ball? Does he A, shoot or B, pass it to Sargent?
I was going to ask that. Yeah. I can see
I
Borja
see
stealing.
Sargent passing 100% of the time.
Yeah. Sergeant passes 100%.
Borja,
Borja.
I think Borja shoots.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of the ones where he's got to be in the mood for it. Like, Stoke at home, he was like, yeah, I'm in the mood for passing. But then other games, like Preston at home, where he's like, nah, it's just me v the rest. It's that
Yeah.
mentality with him the most.
How Norwich would that be, by the way? Just 1 point off playoffs, win,
Yeah, that would be very Norwich.
and it's just Borja skies it. Or the sergeant opts for the pass and mispasses it. God, I can't even think about
Let's
that. But
try and hope we're not in a situation like that.
on to Borja signs. 37 votes on this one, so less votes, but 81% says Borja goes, 18% says he stays. I mean,
Yeah, I think his head's elsewhere already.
yeah. It's going to be interesting to see where he goes to. I don't know if Premier League teams will take the punt on him.
I don't think he stays in England.
I think, yeah, I'm thinking back to Spain.
Woke nonsense. That's never happening.
And then we get to the end, Marcelino Nunes, which actually surprised me because 68% said that Nunes will stay.
I think he'll stay.
I think he'll stay.
Yeah,
I'm hoping
What did you look?
contract news.
So you boys both said Sargent to go and then Borja to go, Nunes to stay.
Yes.
See, I agree with you apart from one.
Go on.
I have gone with Borja to go.
Yeah.
I've gone Nunes to stay, and I've also gone for Sargent to stay. And I know, I just
Why?
the main reason that always sticks into my head, yeah, is Oxford at home. I know Kenny was out, Duffy was out, but he's the one who's been trusted with the armband. Like, and it's the little things like that which makes me think you wouldn't do that to a player who's going to leave in a couple of months.
Yeah. Speaking of which, you saw him on the Ball documentary, the latest one, after I think it was the loss against Sheffield Wednesday, and then straight away, JHG is like to Sergeant, what do you think? What went wrong? So he's obviously a leader in the
And that's
dressing
what I
room.
mean. You wouldn't make him a leader if you knew he was going to go. Like,
But then,
Yeah, but I disagree with that because he gave Gabriel Sara captain in pre-season last season,
pre-season,
and then he went
yeah,
anyway.
I remember that.
Oh yeah.
That hurt.
Yeah,
But then again, you look a home World Cup. Would it be more useful for him to be playing in America, where he quite clearly isn't rated by a lot of the fan base, or staking his claim in the Championship, top scorer?
I just think he ends up in the Premier League,
Yeah.
just
Then
somewhere. One of the bottom half Premier League teams will take a punt on him.
But I
I
could
just
see
see it
like
happening.
Tuna leaving Wolves and Sargent Wolves maybe.
it's going to be
Yeah.
so interesting to see where he ends up.
I
Because
see like a Brentfordy or maybe even a Nottingham Forest or someone like that. I know they're not bottom half, but they are traditionally in that
Yeah.
segment.
yeah, I'm going to
Anyway,
miss my
boys,
curly head
speaking
ginger.
of people leaving, I am going to depart now and get back on with drinking pina coladas and
That
being
is
in a
fine.
swimming pool.
Enjoy
So
Mexico, Chris.
You
I
have
will
maracas to shake.
enjoy it.
Bring us home some drugs and a Magnum, please.
I'll bring you home a massive, massive hat.
Lovely stuff.
World's biggest sombrero coming to you, sir.
That has made my evening. Thank you, Chris. Thank you for joining, and
Yeah, no
enjoy
worries.
Mexico.
Catch you all again next week. I'll be back in full force.
Brilliant.
See you soon,
Good
Chris.
night.
Well, now it's just me and you now, Ashton, and now we get to talk about the match that was. I think overall, even though it was very dull, it worked. And it worked against Portsmouth as well. And it's useful that we see Forup can change tactics.
Yeah. And I remember saying in a podcast a week or two ago, where is that plan B? That plan B's going to cost him a job. He's came in, plan B, he's done it, he's got himself a result, and he's honestly to make a change like that in your first season obviously shows the potential Turop has.
Yeah, exactly. Because again, you have this issue with Premier League managers, the Championship to Premier League managers. You have Russell Martin, you have
Parker for us.
the Wolves manager, you
Parker when we
have
went up.
yeah. It's just s- sticking to your ways, sticking to your ideals. It's good in practice, in theory, sorry, but in practice it doesn't work, and you have to have a plan B. And albeit if that plan B is three at the back with Lungy in defence, it might not be pretty, but it works. And we've seen it work multiple times this season now. And like you said earlier, that gives us this base to build on.
100%. And like when the heart is all well and good, you on your day you can defend, on the day you can defend. But when you have an off day, the hardest thing is to get through it and get yourself 3 points. And he's
Yeah,
done that. We didn't have our best day. We haven't had our best couple of games, but we've gone into that against a team who are in good form and they've been around the playoffs all season. And
yeah, exactly.
obviously we're at home and it makes an impact, but we didn't play what we want to play. We weren't up for it. We grinded for it. We got a well-deserved 3 points.
And all you have to look at is the final whistle, like on the full 90. You watch the final whistle blow. Sergeant straight on his knees. Roy McConville absolutely loved this passion, by the way, because whistle blows. Roy McConville, massive fist bump towards the Regency. I love that from him. What a player! But and then Sergeant said in post match that they were shattered. They were so tired. And that's what you need. You need to dig in. You need to show the dark arts that we saw against Watford. That was so good against Watford. We saw the cheap tackles, the cheap fouls. That was just great.
It's
Wonderful.
foul
That's
streak.
what we
That's what
need.
gets you results at the end of the day. All teams do it.
Exactly.
It's like when you're in the Premiership, you wonder why teams get these results. Is because any issue they have, they're not going to just. They're going to always go to VAR. VAR's their best friend because they always go to it.
Yeah, you can't be nice little Norwich City. You have to.
Every top team in the Premiership, whenever there's a thing against them, they're always like, get the monitor out. And there isn't a limit of how many times they can go to the monitor, so they just do that, and then
Yeah.
they have every extra chance they can have to have the benefits. And we've got to start doing that at the end of the day.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. And again, we played so well defensively without Callum Doyle, who appears to have been injured and is now out until the last few games of the season. So
That's sad, because especially with a loan deal and a player who
yeah,
generally been. I know he's had off patches, but most of his squad has. And I genuinely think
yeah,
he is arguably top 4 players for us this season.
everyone has. Do you want to have a conversation now about if Man City offered Callum Doyle to you for 10 million? Would you say yes if we were going to be in the Championship next season?
Oh yeah, because I stand by this. We sell signs for I think 20 million, or 15, and for me
Yeah.
we go Doyle and Dobbin. It makes the most sense. There's players who have been in this group who are massive fans of JHT. Can I add?
Yeah,
And JHT loves them and has performed for us. And it's not necessarily we've got a worse player here. We've just took a sideways step, and I know players won't. I know Dobbin probably won't get the same GA as Signs next season if he is for us permanently, but he will offer us the same dynamics as what he had, and maybe a bit more because his passing is very good. Dobbin.
and he cuts inside. And speaking of Dobbin, he's posting on Instagram a lot. Of
Yeah,
Norwich City.
I did put a tweet out yesterday.
I saw you tweet that. Yeah,
And it is the screenshot of literally not long after the game of the full-time result of Dobbin putting it on there. And I just announced that he signed me permanently at Lewis Dobbin. So,
yeah, I love it. I love it, and the fact that he's staying with us for his recovery, I think we might see that deal happening soon. I think we might see that deal confirmed soon.
and it's just like,
I just,
it's such a good bit of fresh air when a lone player signs permanently for us, because I know Wright is his is in the contract. But when it's one like Dobbin where it wasn't in the contract, he is just fell in love.
You can see, yeah.
And
Again, he mentioned this in the Honourable podcast how the environment was so much more better. And that's why he was able to show off his football because he felt more at home. He felt more able to prove his worth.
and like football is like every professional player is good at football. I know it sounds absolutely stupid, yeah, but
Yeah,
the only reason why players get called shy, whatever, is because of confidence. They don't have confidence.
and then yeah, I mean, getting called shy isn't going to help much.
Exactly. But because when Dobbin first came in, a good chunk of the fan base was like, "Oh, he's shy. West Brom don't rate him. Why should we rate him?" But
Yeah,
I was like, "No, there's a player here."
and then straight away we saw it.
And yeah, and that Swansea game, he gets his first goal, and straight away he's smacking that badge, and it's just like, I love that from you to a massive extent, and it's just like fans appreciate that 10 times more, especially from a lone player.
Yeah,
Like,
I am very. I probably would class myself as a Lewis Dobbin super fan. I'm tempted next season if obviously if he stays.
yeah,
If not, it's going to be a bit sad. But my shirt next season, I'm thinking Dobbin or Forson.
I
It's a
am
tie-up.
I'm very much in a situation myself because obviously Rory McConville is shouting my name.
Yeah.
However,
We-
seeing
Just by
work effort at the minute, and I think is like that miss from the Sargent shot. I know it hasn't gone in, but the fact he's anticipated that brilliantly,
yeah,
and it's the right idea of the shot. He's obviously in the place there. He's like, let's curl it. He obviously didn't get enough curl, but the fact that
again,
he's anticipated the ball, he's had a great shot at it.
yeah.
I just think when the pressure's off Sinach a little bit,
He played well yesterday, which I was again like the decision to take him off because Cernach was taken off. I think it was for a midfielder. I think it might have been for Jacob Wright.
it was Nunez and Marcondes.
No, as Macondes, yeah, sorry, but that was met with boos, and there were people saying that Cernach didn't have his best game yesterday. I think he played well. There was again, it's the small touches that really just really shine out to me. He's a really good, intricate player.
100%.
And yeah, but the booze when he came off, don't blame him. Because again, people want Sorensen off. Because how is Jacob Sorensen getting game time
It's
still?
concerning, but I I remember under Wagner last year, he had like two solid performances at centre back. So it made sense.
Yeah.
Yesterday's game made sense with him trying this free back. Sorensen was probably the best bet to put there because,
And you have to think, yeah, exactly that. Because
like,
we haven't got Doyle now.
and it's like Kenny.
For the
You
rest
could
of
have
the
probably argued Kenny could have done it because he did at times under Wagner. He slotted in as a third centre back,
Yeah.
but it was like, well, let's not rush Nunes. Let's not rush Marcondes because they are big players who can create goals, which is what we need at this point of the season. And so I
Yeah.
understand these decisions that he's made, and they have paid off for him.
Yeah, no, fair enough. And again, with Doyle out, I just want to quickly circle back to the fact I wouldn't buy Doyle next season just purely because I'm thinking Mahovo is a massive talent, and I think
And
next season is going to be the one for him.
Cordova's
I
a
don't,
good bit of passion there as well, like McConville.
yeah, and I'm hoping he's back soon because we need a left back. But Stacey, Stacey was right back, so Kellen Fisher played out of position and again solid, played well. I'm thinking early player of the season shout Kellen Fisher
Maybe
because he
not.
has gone from a very fringe player to first name on the team sheet, possibly.
I think player of the season is Borja just because of the stats alone.
Yeah.
I think young player of the season is Fisher. But I'd like to mention a point that I did talk to Robbie about earlier.
Yep, I've written that down. Go on.
I have full belief that if Fisher keeps up doing what he's doing and keeps on building this fan base he's building because he's a great player, we're looking at a future Norwich City Club captain there, and I say that with my full chest.
Yeah.
I think you look. I know he's honest. He's brutally honest. I think sometimes, I'm not saying all the players do, but some of them just sugarcoat it. He's just brutally honest, and that's the
Yeah.
most important thing as a captain, especially in football.
And he plays like he's older than he is.
And that's very important. It's
Yeah.
like Kobe Mainoo for Man United last season. Like, he was slotted in there. Like, he was the experienced player, pardon me.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Fish has really impressed me, and he continues to impress me. And we are to scout him from Bromley, non-league, and get him in. That's great recruitment work, and we need this recruitment work to be very useful this summer because we need to pull out some gems of business and transfer dealings because it's going to be a massive window for us.
Yep. Whilst we talk about impressing things,
Go on.
how impressive was Agnes Gunn yesterday?
We've got Angus.
Ooh! Agnes Gunn.
Angus and goal. I just don't think you understand.
City's number one. Son of Brian.
Son Bronco.
We've
We've got
Angus
Angus
Gunn.
gone.
He needed that.
I mean,
He genuinely.
yeah, he needed that 100%. Early on, there was a very early on
Potential
mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you can call it a mistake because it looks like the ball did like ricochet off the ground really awkwardly. But other than that, getting that performance in, getting those saves in, that last minute save as well,
Yeah.
that is going to be good for his confidence. And whether he's playing with more confidence now because he has been told that either he's getting a contract or he's been told that he's not and he's playing for a move elsewhere, whatever it is, or whether it was just form, it happens. You can go out with form. We saw that with so many players this season. Signs to be particular,
Yeah.
to be specific. If you have that, but like you said earlier, if you have that positivity, you have that belief in yourself, you have that backing from the fans, then you can go back to being what, because he was widely said to be the best goalie in the championship last season.
And yeah, and I genuinely think something's happened behind closed doors. I think there's been. I'm not saying I know this for a fact, but based off you come out like confidence like that after like when you come back from an injury, and to play that confidence, something beyond the scenes happen. I think there's been a turn in that contract because I can't picture Agnes Gunn coming into Ben Napper's office one day saying I want out. I just genuinely, for the type of person he is, the fact he's been here before, the fact he supports Norwich, the fact his dad.
He's a Norwich fan, yeah.
It's just, I genuinely think something's happened in that contract talks.
And I mean, we should find out soon. Again, we have a few out of contract players, which it'll be interesting to see what happens with them because there's some who rightly deserve a contract, and there's some who very much do not. And
My Condes needs a new contract. There's a player there.
yeah, we need to get those sorted as soon as possible. But on to the main event of the match, which was the Sargent goal happened 91st minute, I want to say.
Something like that, yeah.
92nd minute, and yeah, Marcelino Nunes,
What a ball.
you little maestro. I think our best midfield played in at the end of that game. I'm thinking for Plymouth, which should be a confidence boosting game, you'd hope. I'm thinking we go Marcelino Nunes, Kenny McLean, Jacob Wright midfield because that was solid. That had really good balance, and I think that's what we need. I think Marcelino Nunes, what a pass.
I'm going to say something. There's one other player. I think he is one of the only, genuinely the smallest handful ever, yeah, of players in the championship who can play a pass like that.
Yeah.
For me, the only person who could argue comes close to that is Finn Azaz. But I don't think he's one of the few minority who could play a pass like that.
And I remember him doing it when he first joined, and they didn't come off as often. But when he played those passes and it worked, they were so gorgeous.
Yeah.
And that's why we need to get this contract sorted out for him because his price is rapidly decreasing because he's out of contract next season, and we need to get one sorted, or he'll be gone in summer again, and then we have to rebuild again. I mean, we can't have that right now.
And
We
he loves
need
the
to.
club. That man loves the club.
He loves football. He reminds me of the guy from Ted Lasso, Danny
Oh,
Rojas.
yes.
Just
Danny
Danny Rojas. He's just like a bundle of energy, and if you love football, you're gonna play well. So,
A good character to have in the dressing room as well.
oh yeah, lovely jubbly.
Lovely jubbly.
And obviously, Josh Sargent, we've already talked about him enough, but good finish, really unorthodox finish because he could have snatched it straight away and probably wouldn't have gone in, but he didn't. He took his time, found the corner, and then shirt off, by the way, which we'll quickly get on to one of the today's podcast awards, which is picture of the picture of the week, which is Josh Sargent shirt off celebrating that goal because what a man, what a body, what a ginger.
It makes you like... you know, Forster got a last minute win against Coventry, yeah?
Yeah.
What went through his mind? Because he's just like loving life. And it's just like... Surely there's no top off by him. He was just like... That's his...
Well, I mean, yeah, Forson was halfway into the river end, he was.
He got crushed, but...
Absolutely crushed, but that was great.
That's again, passion. Like, he's like, fuck it, I'll take a yellow card for the celebrations. I love the limbs.
Yeah, exactly, and especially after his words about because there was criticism over what he said during the international break about his Norwich City future. But someone who isn't happy at the club isn't going to take their shirt off, run towards the fans.
Exactly.
It's...
And he was quite honest with himself. He goes, I don't have a lot of service, and I was getting frustrated. The fact he's done that with frustration, he's kept his calm when he's got the ball finally.
Yeah.
Because some players would have rushed that chance, shows
Exactly.
the quality of player he is.
Yeah. Josh Sargent, take a bow. You are a wonderful man. But yeah, I went to the open training session at the start of the season and I said to Sargent, 100 points, 100 goals, please stay. And he stayed. We didn't get 100 points or 100 goals, nowhere near. But I'm thinking we need another pre-season thing for me to go to. Encourage him to stay one more year and we'll win everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. I think for the West Brom game, that's about it.
You've missed someone.
Go on.
So, a man who we know I have a strong connection to, Rory McConville. Yeah, let me paint you the picture here of why this is spectacular. Picture this, yeah?
Yes.
You're 19, 20, 21 years old. You've played under 40 minutes for Norwich so far. You've joined on deadline day from Brighton, yeah?
Yes.
You've come on to try and grind out this result, which defines if you're still in this playoff picture by the skin of your teeth.
Yes.
It is 94th minute. You've just had a 92nd minute winner, yeah? And a great header comes through, and you're there, anticipate it, heads it out, last kick of the game.
Off the line.
And it's just like... And the passion, giving it to the Regency. There is a cracking player there. Like, we need to appreciate this man more because we could be looking at a potential...
I look at him.
Season.
Yeah. He's a giant. He's massive. And it might just be the Irish accent, but he just reminds me of like a prime Shane Duffy. Because Duffy's had a good career, and he's still a good defender.
Yeah.
And yeah, but I think he can go on to become a real, just what a player. And we'll actually do an early award here again because we have a tweet of the week, and the winner of this award is Erland NCFC with this beautiful. Do you remember playing this game? Did you play Wii Party?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, live thing. Glenn has just liked my tweet. Oh my god, that's live on the pod. That's happened.
What a day it is for us. Glenn's liked your tweet. Pete the Kitman's followed me on Instagram, so we're proper famous. What did you say to Glenn?
Yeah, we'll put this on the screen. So, Glenn's obviously put from the full-time result yesterday going, enjoy your Sunday, Canaries. And I just straight up go, Glenn, you are a fucking class act, mate. I love having you in JHT at this football club. And I've just
he's liked it.
The like from Glenn himself.
Yes.
I love that from Glenn.
I love him. I love his passion. I love everything about him. I love the fact that he wears a full suit, tie, tuxedo to spoons. Yeah, what a man.
Honestly, people like Glenn makes football great again.
Golden Glenn. I want to see him in his golden suit after winning the playoff final. It could still happen.
Yeah.
But yes, going on to our tweet of the week, we have this exceptional piece by Erland NCFC. And did you ever play Wii Party?
Yeah, I played quite a lot of the Wii games growing up.
Wii Party was my childhood, and it's Rory McConville for 4 minutes today, and he is just hitting everything. It's just what a player. I'm going to see if I can work some editing magic and make this actually a GIF on screen, because you want to see it happening, because it was basically, you don't need the highlights, you need to watch this GIF, because that's what happened. Rory was heading everything away, and just beautiful player.
It's nearly his birthday. His birthday's coming up.
And yes, of course, it's his birthday, the 1st of May. Sadly, that's not a podcast release day, but I think we'll have to wish you a happy birthday, McConville. Please tune in. And
Please come on the
or
pod.
come on the pod. For your birthday podcast, we will buy you a cake. The offer's out there. You're a magnificent man. By all means, you seem brilliant guy, brilliant, friendly, and I'm looking forward to
I'm
see
so
how your
tempted
career
to get a Brom
progresses.
shirt because there'll be free printing on his birthday. I might buy it.
See, I'm tempted to buy one of the home kits now, but it's just they're going to change soon. So
Yeah.
it's like, do I buy
I
one?
mean, I brought him recently, and I might have to have a word with Norwich himself. I wore it for the Stoke game. I brought the day Stoke game. I wore it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell you what, by the time I got home, I've had it's plugged twice. It didn't, and I didn't even do anything stupid that day.
Yeah, that's the issue. I think I saw a lot of when they first were released. The home kits
The
are
away
very
in the away in the third have not got a single
yeah
pluck at all, and it genuinely grinds my gears because I actually love the shirt more now. I didn't like it first. Wearing it in person, I'm loving it 10
yeah
times more.
definitely
That shirt is such a summer shirt. I don't know why. In the sunshine, it hits the spot, especially if you get Roy McConville on the back of it.
and the weather's lovely. Right, I think we're talking about McConville enough, so we're going to have your 30-second segment of McConville now, because
We've had it. We don't need it. We've had it.
that is more than 30 seconds, my friend.
Yeah, we don't need it anymore. He's had it.
You're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
And we're going to have to official yellow card for Rory McConville talk. But I can't blame you, because he's a great player, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how his career goes. So, Erland, congratulations, my friend. Tweet of the week, well done. Rory McConville, congratulations, because brilliant player. And Ashton, well done. You bit longer than 30 seconds, but I'll give you it because yeah,
He deserves it.
he deserves it. Now, without any further ado, we have a sausage roll review to be done.
Get in there.
And it wasn't just one. I had 2 sausage rolls. So, main story is I got there really early. I got to the stadium at 2, and I thought, brilliant, sausage roll straight in. And then I ate my sausage roll, which I will overlay on screen now. And we have our official ratings. We have appearance, 10 out of 10. Wonderful, looked great. Crumbs per bite, 12.5. I brought my Morrison's bag, as I always do, but I didn't need it. I didn't even use it because there was no crumbs.
I love that.
Barely any. And it was just, pastry was great, soft, succulent. Price, steep side. I have seen rumours that they're changing the sausage rolls. I hope not, because
Better not.
I will be mightily disappointed. And taste 10 out of 10. And I liked it so much. And I finished eating it by about 2:15. So 2:30, I thought, yeah, go on, I'll have another one. So I had another one. So yesterday I spent £9.90 on sausage rolls.
Do you think last game of the season, if you, me, and Chris go, we do it, and we'll put it on probably on the Twitter account straight away, all 3 of us, a live sausage roll review all together?
100%. Something to look forward to. A live sausage roll review. And then, of course, when we get to Wembley in the playoff final, because it's happening, we're totally not deluded, we will get like a foot-long sausage roll and just scran it on screen.
Honestly, Jen, I stand watching that Newcastle Carabao Cup game.
Yeah.
Watching them, just watching that game, a team who haven't won anything all right, ain't really like the big six club, win something like that. I genuinely would do anything for that to be Norwich, even if it's the playoffs. You go to playoffs, win it there. I know obviously we had it in 2015 against Middlesbrough, but I was 7 at the time and I weren't really into football, and I was honestly,
Yeah, I was the same. I was 11.
yeah, exactly, and I was like, if that was like 5 years later, I think that'd be the best day of my life.
Yeah,
And let's just hope for our sake it happens this season.
I hope it happens soon. I'm desperate for some success. I mean, Norwich are a successful club, but we haven't got many trophies to our name, have we?
Yeah.
And it would be nice getting even just that bit of enthusiasm. We've been in the Championship for 4 years straight now, and it's getting hurt. It's hurting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really frustrating more than anything, because it's just like we were known as the Yo-Yo Club, and the Yo-Yo's just not working anymore.
And yeah, speaking of which, of the whole little old Norwich debate, it's time to introduce our Canary Caller of the Week. And this week it is Ian. So congratulations to you, Ian. Bit confused because you're Scottish, you're not Norfolk, but that's okay. I'm sure you have a right to be Scottish. I'm not going to gatekeep any accents from you. But Ian was concerned about, well, just give it a listen. Ian's concerned that we don't do enough to keep our good players. So, Ian, take it away.
Next, you must be happy with that. I think all Norwich fans are tonight.
Yeah, I think that was a step in the right direction. I think if they can solidify at the back and can probably take 18 from 21, I think mathematically that would reach a points accumulation that would see them into the playoffs. I think the hard thing is that it's very good of the fan before saying we need to keep Sargent. There is absolutely no way that a player like George Sargent, with a man who's an international player, is going to stay at Norwich City with the ambitions they have. You can't do that to an elite athlete to curtail their progression as a consequence.
If he's under contract, Ian, you know I understand football's a little bit different to just. It's not as easy as saying he's got a contract, he stays, because we know that doesn't happen. But someone is going to have to pay over the odds for him if they want to take him.
Yeah,
it's not like you don't keep a player because you don't sell a player just because we can't stand in his way. Norwich need to be a little bit more, and this is the criticism I had about the previous regime. We were a little bit, we're little old Norwich. We can't we can't be keeping players who are playing it. No, let's. He's got under contract. Pay him more if you need to. Get your hand in your pocket and keep players like Josh Sargent, because he is a player that's going to propel us to at least the top 6. He's that good.
I totally agree, and we should be keeping him, but unfortunately that's not the standard that we've set. So any player just thinks they are an asset and they will be sold. I totally agree with you. We shouldn't be selling players, but unfortunately we set up an atmosphere that is the way that the club operates. It's sad, and I totally agree with you. You want to be building on your squad for the next year, top 6, Premier League. Totally agree, and if we do it, fantastic. I just don't think it will happen based on previous statements. But I think team.
We have got new owners now, and obviously it's no secret that the Norfolk Holdings Group, which is led by Mark Atanasio, does have more capital. That's a fact, and that's no disrespect to what Delia and Michael did for the club, but clearly these are people who have more money to play with. So surely, we all know it comes down to money at the end of the day. I mean, let's bring Rob in on that. I mean, that's the bottom line, isn't it? We all know. I remember talking to our old friend Paul McVeigh. He said players will go anywhere if you pay them. That's the bottom line, and that's how it works.
Yeah.
That was Ian. Again, congratulations to you, Ian. I mean, I get his points.
Yeah.
We have always been known as Little Old Norwich. We have always been known as
The selling club.
the selling club, and that's an issue. With the Atanasios in, I'm really hoping that changes. I'm really hoping.
Because you look at the last 7 years, Madison,
Buendia,
Sarah,
Aaron's,
probably Signs,
Rowe to an extent.
Yeah, Rowe, Omabama Deli hurt.
Yeah.
Pookie, I get. Obviously, I'm not going to angry with Pookie's end of career, so yeah. But
I mean, yeah, Pookie end of contract.
Obviously understandable.
Yeah, I get it. That's why you've been awarded it this week, mate, because it's difficult. And Rob Butler said it in that piece. He said, like, we need to try to keep these players. And imagine how hard a Josh Sargent contract extension would hit right now.
But he's on contract till 2029.
Yeah, I know, but still,
Yeah, no, I can.
if you want him to stay,
Yeah.
give him Premier League wages. We can afford it now. We haven't had it in last years.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah.
Give him the armband, give him Premier League wages, and say, look, if you want to stay, this is what we're offering you.
100%.
Leave it up to him. So, on that note, should we do a little keep loan sell?
I'm so happy to. Are you ready for this?
I am ready.
You go, then
Let's
I'll
do
go.
it.
All right. I'll say the player.
Yep.
You say. I say. George Long.
Sell.
So, Agnes Gunn.
Keep.
Yeah. Vincent Reyes.
Probably send out on loan.
Send that on loan. Agreed. Daniel Barden.
Loan.
Loan. Yeah. Okay. Shane Duffy.
Keep.
Keep. Yeah. Jack Stacey.
Keep. I feel like you're reluctant to say keep there.
I'll go keep, but that Derby game always is. That picture of him with that high foot lives in my head rent free.
Yeah, but it's good to have someone like him. Sorry, who?
Grisene?
Keep.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Doyle we won't do because he's alone. Jose?
Yeah. Oh, keep.
Yeah, keep. We'll just skip McConville. It's obviously a keep.
Yeah,
It's
obviously.
obviously a keep.
Yeah.
For Syfe, I'm happy with a loan. I think he needs it.
Yeah, that'd be good for him because his career got completely stopped with the injury. So I hope he can keep
And I'm
on.
happy for that trust in him, but I think he needs experience elsewhere first.
Yeah.
Kenny?
Oh, I think we should keep him. I think we will sell him.
I think he's got one more year after this year.
Mm-hmm.
Marcondes? Keep.
Keep.
Sorensen?
Sell.
Oh.
Release. Well, release. Yeah, we released, wasn't it? Slimane, well, we've sort of start keeping him now. We've got him on contract for 3 years, haven't we? So
Liam Gibbs?
I know you want to talk about Liam Gibbs, didn't you?
Yeah, we were on about this earlier. Like the position Sorensen took up at the weekend, like dropping into that centre back position. I have some belief that Liam Gibbs could do that and give it a fair chance. I'm not saying he'll be the best player ever to do it. I think Wright could arguably do it better than him or Kenny could, but I genuinely reckon as a backup option, or like
I mean, as a loan, a loan might be good for him, just to get constant play time.
I like the idea of it, but it'd have to be a low end championship club because I don't see him in League One. I think he'd actually be too good for League One personally.
Yeah, no, that's a fair shout.
Marcelino?
Oh, keep, please.
Forson? Keep. Jacob Wright?
Well, keep, yeah. I don't know if we will.
I think we will.
I'm hoping so.
And Nel Hernandez?
Sell.
Yeah.
Well, release.
Joshua Sargent?
Give him keys to the city. Give him unlimited Nando's. Give him move St Louis to the Norwich Castle.
Borja signs?
Yes, signs.
Probably sell. If the right offer comes in, sell.
His head's elsewhere, like I said earlier.
Tony Springer? Sell.
Sell.
Eurosec?
Keep.
And I like. We'll come on to Plymouth after.
Yes, we will.
Ante Sinach?
Keep.
Oscar Schwartau?
Keep.
Very similar there.
Yeah, and again, so many of those players have such big potentials.
Yeah, genuinely.
Orson, Cernach, Swartau, if they all kick on, they can be elite players.
Yeah,
and
I can agree with you.
Jurisic, barely seen him, but I think next game Plymouth Argyle is a good chance to see what he can do.
I was going to say, do you want to go on to Plymouth now?
I think we do. I
know it's very early to call this, so we'll start. But if you're happy to try predictive lineup, I'm so happy to give it a go as well.
Yeah, I'm happy. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, you can go first.
Go on then. I'm thinking Gunn, Fisher, Duffy, Cordoba, and Stacey.
Yeah.
I would love to see a midfield three of McLean, Nunes, and Wright.
Yeah.
Either that or McLean, Nunes, and Marcondes. But I think Wright that would really be solid, and I can see us. I can see us possibly going more attacking against Argyle, but they are in a relegation scrap, so they will be fighting for every point. So,
100%.
and then front three: Sargent, Cernach, and Signs.
Oh, okay. So for me, Agnes Gunn in goal.
Yep.
Fisher, Duffy, Cordoba, Stacey. That's all going to be the same.
That's all we've got to pick from, really, isn't it?
I'm going to go Kenny, Nunes, Forson.
Yep.
I'm going to go Eurosec because I think this is a good time to give him a start.
Lovely stuff.
Eurosec, Sergeant, Signs.
That would be.
I think players like Eurosec and like Forson, this is probably the best time to start him.
Yeah, definitely.
Forson hasn't had a proper game since Coventry.
Yeah, I can't think about Forson.
Not even a proper game. He came on the 85th. His first proper game since Brighton in the Cup.
Yeah. I miss him. What a man.
He's a great player.
Yeah. I really will be interested to see his role next season.
100%, because I think Johannes loves him. I think lads love him.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Brilliant stuff. And do you want to do a quick score prediction? We didn't seem to do these a lot. Score prediction for
We don't get them right. That's probably why. I will go
We're gonna be really wrong.
4-0.
Do you want to say the scorers or do you want to leave it at
Go
4-0?
on then. You know I have to.
Go on.
Sergeant,
Yeah.
get 2. I'll
Yeah.
go Signs to get 1. Ken and Fish get first professional goal as well.
He needs to work on his shooting. I'm sorry. But
I heard somewhere that when he was like growing up, he used to play up front.
yeah. But I'm thinking I don't see us keeping a clean sheet, but I see us winning 2-1.
2-1.
I was about to say 3-1, but I'm going to say 2-1.
Hey, as long as it's not another 6-2, we've done alright for ourselves.
Exactly. That game, man. Anyone travelling to Plymouth, I hope, for your sake, but the last put on performance. I'm thinking 2-1, Cernach and Jacob Wright to score.
Oh, I love that from you. I do love that from you.
That's good. I think that about covers the Plymouth game. So, do you want to do a quick are players back on?
So our next 3 games are Plymouth, Sunderland and Burnley. Yeah?
Yeah.
7 points from them 3 we're back on. At the minute, no.
Yeah. I think that's a brilliant place to leave it. I think if we get 7 points between Plymouth Argyle, Sunderland at home and Burnley away, I think realistically there's other teams playing each other. I looked earlier. There's like end of the season, like Middlesbrough play against Watford and Watford
That last
play.
game of the season is a massive game. Like, we need Carro's full voice ready for that if we're still in the playoff.
But I'm thinking if we're sitting here after Burnley away and we've got 7 points from 3 games, I can see us being within a couple of points of playoffs.
And if we're in 9, I'm getting the Premier League badge ready for next season. If we get 9 from the next 9.
Wonderful stuff. There we have it. Thank you so much for joining us. You've had everything in this podcast from Mexican maracas to proposals on stream. We'll leave you. We love you and we'll leave you. We shall be back after Plymouth Argyle, after we've won, and after we are one step closer to Wembley. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.